If you're always chasing money, feeling like there's never enough, this video is for you. Because what if I told you that giving money away could actually be the key to receiving more? I'm not talking about donating to get a gold star from the universe. I'm talking about understanding tithing as an energetic law, as spiritual karma in motion. And if you've been stuck in survival mode, this might be exactly what you need to hear. Most people hear tithing and immediately think of religious tradition, church donations, or mandatory giving. But strip away the religious labels, and what's left is a powerful energetic practice. Tithing at its core is the intentional act of giving back a portion of what you receive, usually income, to support the energy that supports you. It could be a teacher, healer, spiritual center, or even someone whose content changed your life. Tithing says energetically, I recognize the value I received, and I choose to give back to keep that flow going. Think of it like this. When you drink from a well, you also help to refill it. If we're constantly taking without giving, eventually that well runs dry, not just for others, but for us too. When I first started tithing to a healing practice that shifted so much of my life, I wasn't rolling in cash, but the shift in my energy was undeniable. Giving back made me feel empowered, aligned, and part of something bigger than myself. That's when I realized tithing isn't about the amount, it's about the energy. Let's talk about what's really happening when we give. Everything in the universe operates in cycles. Inhale and exhale, day and night, giving and receiving. When you give, you're not just parting with money, you're participating in a universal rhythm that keeps energy moving. But when you're afraid to give, when we hold back out of fear of not having enough, we interrupt that rhythm. We start signaling to the universe, there isn't enough, I can't trust, and I need to cling. And guess what the universe does? It matches that energy. Here's an example with two different people about giving. One doesn't have very much money and gives a small amount with joy and gratitude. The other has a lot more and gives twice the amount, but feels resentful the entire time. One walks away feeling expansive, the other contracted. It's not about numbers, it's about the emotional and energetic frequency behind the act. When you give joyfully and full of trust that you're still supported, you send out a frequency of abundance. You say, I know there's more where that came from. And that's exactly what karma responds to. Here's where many spiritual seekers get stuck. They're great at giving, but terrible at receiving. There's a subtle belief in spiritual circles that receiving is selfish or feeding the ego, that to be truly evolved, you need to only give without expecting anything in return. But energetically, this is a block. Receiving is just as sacred as giving. If giving is the exhale, receiving is the inhale. You can't do one without the other, and if you try, you burn out, you create imbalance. When you reject help, dismiss compliments, or downplay your worth, you're saying to the universe, I'm not open to receiving. And what does energy do? It flows where it's welcomed, not where it's resisted. We all know that moment when someone offers to help the other, and the other person instantly shuts it down. No, I'm fine, I've got it. It creates a weird energy, right? That's exactly how the universe feels when it tries to send you a blessing and you push it away. So next time someone offers to pay for your coffee or you receive an unexpected gift, say thank you and receive it fully. That's how you practice energetic receptivity, and it's a huge part of the flow that allows tithing to truly work. Now let's go deeper. We often think of karma as some kind of cosmic punishment or reward system, but karma is simply cause and effect. When you tithe, you're putting out a frequency of circulation, faith, and gratitude. That frequency doesn't just disappear, it ripples back to you. That's karmic currency. Tithing tells the universe, I'm not just here to take, I'm part of the energetic economy. I give to keep the system flowing. And if you're always stuck in survival mode, struggling to receive, ask yourself, where am I blocking the flow? Someone I know was constantly in financial stress, always waiting for the next paycheck, and always afraid. When they started finally tithing, even a tiny amount each month, their mindset began to shift. Within 6 months, unexpected income started coming in, not because of magic, but because their energy was finally aligned with circulation, not stagnation. So how do you bring this into your own life? Choose where to give. Start with someone or something that feeds your spirit, a healer, a mentor, a practice, or even free content that's uplifted you. Ask yourself, what has truly helped me grow? Pick your percentage. 10% is traditional, but don't get hung up on the number. Even 1% with the right energy is potent. This is about intention, not math. Before you give, pause. Hold the money in your hand or visualize it. Say to yourself, I give this with love, with faith, and with full trust that I'm always supported. May this multiply and bless others too, with thanks and in full faith. And then release it. No attachment, no expectation, just trust. That's how you rewire your energy, and that's how you flip the script from lack to abundance. Here's the truth. You don't need to be rich to start giving, but you do need to start giving to feel spiritually and energetically rich. Tithing isn't about money, it's about flow. It's a declaration that you're not bound by fear, but guided by faith. When you tithe, you don't just support others, you support your own expansion. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, you need to watch my other video, Mastering the Energy of Money. In that video, I dive deeper into the meaning behind money exchange, and I address the energetic blockages for a life of abundance. Until next time, give with joy, let your energy flow, and always stay inspired.